The far-right political commentator shared screenshots of an email she allegedly received from an Aspen COVID testing facility. Candace Owens, 32, claimed that a COVID testing facility denied her test, because she made the pandemic worse by spreading misinformation. The far-right political commentator shared an alleged screenshot of an email that she received from a testing facility in Aspen, Colorado in a Wednesday, September 1 tweet. Candace took to her Instagram to share a video of herself ranting about getting denied, and she accused the owner of Rocky Mountain Labs, Susanna Lee, of politicizing the virus by not allowing her to get tested. In the alleged email from the owner, Susanna wrote that it would be unfair to the team that had worked so hard during the course of the COVID-19 pandemic to give a test to Candace, who has regularly spread misinformation about the virus. We cannot support anyone who has proactively worked to make this pandemic worse by spreading misinformation, politicizing, and discouraging the wearing of masks and actively dissuading people from receiving life-saving vaccines, the email said. The far-right commentator also included her emailed response, where she called the owner's email hilarious and accused her of Googling the names of people getting tested. Nowhere in the original email did the owner write that she'd looked up who was receiving tests. Candace didn't address the fact that she's a well-known public figure, and it's entirely possible that the woman knew who she was, even if she used her husband's last name to schedule the appointment. Candace also accused her of not caring about her community by denying her a COVID test, and she called the email emotionally unstable and hysterical. Even though there isn't any proof that this email is legitimate, Candace also tweeted that she anticipated people to claim she's lying. Hollywood Life reached out to the clinic via email for comment, but has not yet received a response. Related gallery. Celebrities who were diagnosed with coronavirus: Bill Maher, Tom Hanks and more. While Candace accused the owner of politicizing the virus in her tweet and her Instagram live, Candace failed to acknowledge the fact that she's been politicizing the virus for well over a year. She began spreading misinformation as early as April 2020, when she tweeted about changing predictive death numbers. The models were always Bulls T, the media was always lying, and the virus was never as fatal as the experts that are chronically wrong about everything, prophesized, she wrote. In more recent days, Candace has continually praised anti-mask protesters and said that she believes that parents should revolt against mask mandates, in regards to schools. This is not about health, this is about totalitarianism, she wrote in an August 12 tweet. She also retweeted a video, which has been labeled as misleading on Twitter, where a physician spoke at a Mount Vernon, Indiana school board meeting. The doctor claimed that masks and vaccines don't work, via WTHR. No vaccine, even the ones I support and would give to myself and children, ever stops infection, the doctor said in part in the video. Candace also claimed that real doctors and scientists are being censored because real evil is taking place in a tweet. This goes against Center for Disease Control Research and Science, where it's been found that vaccines are effective in preventing COVID-19, and also masks help prevent the spread, although Candace has regularly spoken out against the CDC. She's also boasted about traveling and sleeping with her husband while he had COVID, and since she hasn't gotten the virus, she sarcastically wrote that she must be a scientific miracle. She also claimed there's a lack of transparency, because people who were cautious still managed to test positive for the virus. Besides just the misinformation, Candace has regularly politicized the virus, as she claimed the clinic owner did. In May 2020, she instructed her followers to violate Michigan's stay-at-home lockdown orders to spite Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer, via Mediate. Apparently Gov Whitmer believes she is a duly elected dictator of a socialist country. The people of Michigan need to stand up to her. Open your businesses. Go to work. The police think she's crazy too. They are not going to arrest 10 million people for going to work, she wrote, which led to her Twitter account getting locked temporarily. She's also regularly written sarcastic tweets about the Taliban taking over Afghanistan and people videotaped not wearing masks. She falsely tried to pass it off as proof that the virus is nothing more than a political tool in an August 15 tweet. This is a deadly virus that is not political at all. Surely the Taliban must have been following the CDC guidelines to have survived it, she wrote. She also claimed that President Joe Biden was using the CDC to spread his totalitarian rule over your children, your body and corporations, in an August 26 tweet. It's impossible to deny that Candace hasn't politicized the virus herself.